Derby's Bruin trouble. And a minute and a half to go. Whew, that was a lot. I keep taking screenshots of my phone trying to turn the volume up. All right, folks, we are lining up. Looks like our officials are out there ready to go. Looks like we're selling some bout shouts today, too. If you see someone on the track that you just cannot wait to say something to, make sure you get that bout shout, and as long as it's family friendly, I'll say it. Coming to the line first for Bruin trouble, we have Creature. And I can't see who your jammer is. She's oh, Maddie. Hi, Maddie. I haven't seen you since last season. Hi. We're just waiting for that official whistle to get the game rolling. Rolling. See what I did there? All right, y'all, let's get down and derby. That whistle starts it. Creature goes to the inside. Maddie slides around to the outside. Those blockers not slowing Maddie down. Maddie out of the pack first, takes lead status in this first jam of the day. Looks like we also already have our first penalty of the day as PMS heads to ACS penalty box. Maddie through the pack puts 4 points on the board. Creature still struggling to get past that last blocker. She does make it out now on her. Woo, Creature's. That was a beautiful recovery. And it looks like PMS is not going to be alone in that penalty box as Monsta goes over to the ACS penalty box. Each team will start the second jam down one blocker. We got Ambo out there in the white jersey for MLC, and that is Stoner out there in blue for Sacramento. And it looks like Ambo is out of the pack first, getting that lead status. Stoner still in the pack as the pack moving very quickly, gets around turn 2 and immediately comes to a stop when I say they're moving quickly. Ambo back through the pack now, putting another 4 points on the board for MLC. MLC at 12 unanswered points now from Sacramento. And Stoner gets out of the pack. Ambo back in the pack and engaging at the front there, has to get past a couple more blockers. And seeing Stoner coming, listens to the bench coach and calls it off. Ella on the line for Sacramento. Tots on the line for MLC. And Tots is out of the pack first, taking that lead status. We are in Jam 3, and that is the third lead jam for MLC in this game. 15 points on the board for MLC, unanswered by Sacramento at this point. Ella getting tangled up there at turn 1 with a heck of a blocker wall from MLC. Oh, nice little inside lane hop there by Tots. Puts another 4 points up on that board as they go through on their second pass. And it looks like we do have a star pass on Sacramento to Freckles. That pack slowing down there at turn 3, holding on to Freckles as Tots goes through and puts another 4 points on the board. This has been a 16-point jam so far, and it looks like Slamla Anderson is going into that ACS penalty box as Shanita Crutch is coming out of the ACS penalty box. Pack recycling Freckles back there. That is Adri doing that recycling of Freckles. And Tots has put another 4 points up on the board, bringing the total in this jam to 24 points, 39 points for the game so far. Tots puts 28 points up on the board, bringing MLC's total to 43. Sacramento still looking to get on that board today. That was actually a really incredible jam. You rarely see 28-point jams anymore since we got rid of the thumb jam. You know what I mean. The jammer point. The thumb jam, you know. All right, that's Maddie back out there for MLC, and Chile out there on their first jam of the day. Maddie out of the pack first, gets that lead status. Chile has to get past one. Oh, now 2 more MLC blockers. MLC down a blocker as Juke heads to the ACS penalty box. Ooh, down 2 blockers. That's going to give Chile the advantage to get out. Maddie, though, sees it, calls it off. 4 more points on the board for Misery Loves Company. Ow. Sorry. I just whacked myself in the face with a pen and hit the microphone at the same time. That's why they call me Calamity, y'all. I believe that's Creature and Ambo out there. You got this, Creature. Slay Sacramento Roller Derby by Kiara. Creature getting recycled back by MLC's blockers. Only 2 of them, 2 blockers out there for MLC, and they are still holding on to it. Creature getting a little assist there from her team members and gets out of the pack. Ambo out first, does have lead status. Creature, it looks like, got knocked to the outside at the last second there. Ambo puts points. Whoa. Ambo puts points on the board and calls it as Creature hits the back of that pack. However, Creature did get 4 points, putting Sacramento on the board. Misery Loves Company dominating this game so far with 51 points to Sacramento's 4, but Sacramento is on the board now. We've got Stoner and Tots out there. That's a great combination. And Stoner looks to the outside, finds those MLC blockers in the way and jumps back and forth a bit there. But it looks like Sacramento does have a hold of Tots for just a second. Tots pushes through, though, and is out first with lead status. Stoner out of the pack behind Tots. Stoner using that speed to eat up the track and close that gap between them, but Tots gets into the pack, puts her 4 on the board and calls it off. Looks like we got Juke and Villain out there blocking for MLC. Maddie and Ella on the line. Ella lining up right next to that jammer line, trying to get an advantage to get through that inside line. MLC's having none of it, though. They close in on Ella and open it up for Maddie. Maddie is your lead jammer. Ella's got to get past one more, but she gets knocked to the outside. And it is a power jam for Maddie now as Ella goes to that ACS penalty box. She's not alone, though. We've got, I believe that's Juke over there sitting in the ACS penalty box with her. Maddie taking advantage of that, using that outside line, very aware of where the track is. I know that's a silly comment, but it makes me happy. And getting around that pack. Blockers just holding there at the, just on this beginning of turn 4. Maddie gets recycled back to the back of the pack and calls it off. 8 points on the board in that last jam for MLC, bringing their total to 63 to 4 points for Sacramento. As we head into jam 8, we have Ambo on the line for MLC and Chile on the line for Sacramento. Ambo hops through her own line of blockers very quickly, gets tangled up there in the front for just a moment with the Sacramento blockers. It looks like Sacramento's going to close in there. Chile, though, in the back, facing this tough wall of MLC blockers. And it looks like Ambo did get past those Sacramento blockers. And Ada headed to that ACS penalty box. Ambo headed to that ACS penalty box now. So it is a power jam for Chile as she is out there as the only jammer on the track. It does also mean that this will be a full 2-minute jam as Ambo was your lead. Fun fact from Chile, she's completed every class of whitewater rapids. That's pretty cool. And it looks like we do have a star pass out there as Boss Taco takes that star cover and tries to get through. It looks like we do have, Slamma Anderson going to that ACS penalty box. I believe that was a multiplayer block being called from the inside there. It did give, pain generator. All right, pain generator, sorry. The star pass. Pain out of the pack now, putting 4 points on the board. MLC's Ambo has put 8 points up on the board, and the jam comes to its natural conclusion at 2 minutes. 8 points on the board now for Sacramento, 71 on the board for MLC. Whoop. And we have an official timeout being called. What a great time to talk about our sponsors. Sacramento has been and is the home of the Nisenan people and has served and serves as a gathering place for many other local tribes, including but not limited to the Southern Maidu Valley and Plains Miwok and the Patwin Wintun. We skate on the traditional, ancestral, and occupied homelands of Sacramento's indigenous people. Sacramento Roller Derby would also like to thank All Construction Services for their diligent work on our amazing facility. We highly recommend them to everyone looking to get construction work done. Also want to give a shout out to our medics. We really appreciate you guys being here. Roller Derby can't happen without you here to make sure that we are taken care of when we're injured. However, from Calamity personally, I really want you to enjoy the game and be bored. Hey, Creature, I have a shout out for you. Platinum Punch says, knock the other jammer down. I just about fell over here in the announcer's box. Nobody touched me. I'm just going to fall on my own. It's fine. Everything's fine. Empire Comics Vault and Hot Sauce is the longest-running sponsor of roller derby in Sacramento. Located at 1120 Fulton Avenue in Sacramento, they have been providing comics to all ages for over 15 years, and we thank them for their continued support. I hear that their hot sauce is incredible. Run! Run!
I took an ibuprofen so I can.
Oh, honey. I think maybe I need to do that. So, just so y'all know, Astro is back in town and says, I really love our warehouse. Me too, Astro. Me too. All right, that whistle means we are ready to get back at it. We've got Tots and Creature out there ready to get through that pack. Looks like Misery Loves Company will be starting with one blocker in the penalty box. Doesn't really matter. Tots is through that pack like a hot knife through butter. I know it made me laugh. Creature out of the pack now as well. Tots puts 4 on the board and calls it off. That is some smart gameplay over here. They're listening to their bench coach. Oh, I was going to say we have an empty ACS penalty box, but it doesn't look like we do. I believe I see Audrey over there. We got Maddie and Stoner out there. Hey, Stoner, Platinum Punch says, knock 'em stone cold. Stoner out of the pack first, getting the first lead status of the day for Sacramento. Maddie's still trying to get past that last jammer, that last blocker. She does so, and Stoner with a little hop is through the pack, putting 4 points on the board for Sacramento, bringing their total up to 12. Both jammers engaged in the pack again now. Maddie out first. Stoner fighting through to get past those blockers. They get 4 points, it looks like. I'm seeing a 4. Yes, I am. 8 points on the board for Sacramento, bringing their total to 16. 4 points on the board for MLC, bringing their total up to 79. Ambo out there jamming for MLC with Ella for Sacramento. We've seen this matchup several times today. Ambo does get out of the pack first. Ella trying to get around. That was hers. Hers headed to that ACS penalty box. And it looks like Ambo is back in that pack, trying to put some points up there. and tangled up. Ella now out of the pack on the qualifying lap. Ambo's gotten through and put 4 points on the board. Ella is back in that pack looking to get around those last couple of jammers. She does. She does only have 2 jammers out there on the track currently. 2 blockers out there on the track. Oy. It's all right. Calamity knows what she's talking about. And, oh, Ella going to that ACS penalty box, giving Ambo a power jam. That was, I believe, a forearm call. Ambo calling it off to initiate that power start for MLC. 87-23 the score right now with under 15 minutes left in the first half. We are headed into Jam 12. Tots getting this power jam start. Ella going to serve the rest of her penalty after that whistle blows. And just like that, Tots is out of the pack. That pack standing still at the pivot line pretty much. Sacramento trying to set up and get ready for Tots. Tots finds that inside line. Oh, and gets knocked to the inside. I believe that was Stoner that did that. Yeah. And the power jam has come to an end as Ella returns to the track. Tots going for a apex jump there. Does fall, but gets, oh, nope, looks like we are getting a cut call. So it's going to be a power jam for Ella now. We got a switch on that power jam, and it is going to be another full minute out there on the track as Tots loses that lead status in the ACS penalty box. Ella now back in the pack looking to put some points on the board for Sacramento. The pack rolling almost to a stop. You know, they got to keep moving a little bit there over at the straightaway between turns 2 and 3. Ella's got to get past Avada and whoop. Let's see, Shoddy and I'm trying to see. However, Tots has returned to the pack and is out of the pack, putting up 4 points. Ella pushing against that wall over there at the front of the pack. Tots re-engaging again on a scoring pass, finds that opening on the inside lane with no blockers in the way, gets through and puts 4 more points on the board for a total of 12 points. Looks like MLC is going to cross that penalty or that century mark here. Right as the jam comes to an end, 16 points on the board for MLC in that last jam, bringing their total to 103. 4 points on the board for Sacramento, bringing them to 27. Maddie and Dice coming to the line. This is Dice's first jam of the day, I believe. Maddie finds that inside hole and is out of the pack before the pack even moves past that pivot line. Di is now getting recycled back by Adri. And Maddie doing an elegant little apex jump there to put her 4 points on the board. Dice is out of the pack on her qualifying lap now. And Maddie calls it off after putting 8 points on the board. 111-27. We just finished jam 13. We've got 11 minutes left on that game clock. And it looks like 7 and 7 jamming. That is Creature and Ambo. It amuses me when the jammer numbers match. I want to give a quick shout out to our NSOs and our SOs out there, our skating officials and our non-skating officials. And a fun fact about Creature as she gets out of the pack with lead status for Sacramento. Creature says, I am super normal about K-pop and super normal about Dungeons and Dragons. Me too, Creature, me too. Creature getting knocked to the outside there. She's got to get past a couple more, well, one more blocker there at the front of the pack currently. Looks like Stoner's headed to that ACS penalty box, and Creature out of the pack puts 4 on the board. Ambo out of the pack as well, putting 4 on the board. Both jammers about to re-engage with that pack over there on the back straight away. Woo, crazy scrambling there, and Creature calls it off. Not before putting up 2 points. Ambo puts up 4 more points, 33-119. Ooh, this game feels like it's going fast. All right, if you are in-house with me, make some noise for these skaters. It is cold in here, and they are keeping things hot. Right here, give me some love for that one. I felt that one in my heart. Creature and Tots jamming. Tots around that inside lane. It is completely open with some help from her blockers out there. And Tots is your lead jammer. Creature in the ACS penalty box with Stoner. So it is a power jam for MLC. Sacramento's blockers setting up there, trying to get ready and hold on to Tots. But man, Tots and MLC just open up that inside lane again and again and allow the blockers allow their jammer to go through. It's amazing the kind of offense they're playing there. Offense, right? Yeah. I don't do sports very well. 12 points on the board for MLC, unanswered by Sacramento. 33-131. It's a 98-point game. I can do that math. Yep, I can do that math. Maddie and Chile back on the line. Want to hear some more fun facts about Chile? Yeah? Chile has skydived off the coast of Santa Cruz in California, paraglided off the sand dunes of, I can't say that word, Chile, in Chile. Iquique? IQU. Doesn't matter. Maddie's your lead jammer. Chile getting back up on the track with some encouragement from her team, and out of that pack, Maddie sees her coming, calls it off after putting 2 points up on the board. That was a fast, hard-fought jam there, y'all. We have Ella back on the line for Sacramento. And that is Ambo again on the line for MLC. Ambo, a very effective jammer for MLC. I bet she's a very effective jammer wherever she skates, honestly. Looks like we had a false start that's going to send Slam to that ACS penalty. Nope. It was a false start. Okay, that was a self-report to the ACS penalty box by Slam. Ambo is your lead jammer. Ambo putting 8 points on the board so far in this jam. Ella still trying to get through that pack. Those MLC blockers are just shutting down Sacramento's jammers. And Ella out of the pack, putting 4 points on the board for Sacramento. Ambo has put up 12 points so far. Ella's fun fact, she went to a Sacramento roller derby boot camp and was hooked. I knew there was a league in my town of Stockton, but that was in 2011, and Ella is still out there skating with Sacramento. All right, we got Tots back on the line for MLC. And it looks like we have Quickfire coming to the line for Sacramento. Quickie coming back to Sacramento after a brief retirement. And Quickie showing us why her name is Quickfire out of that pack, getting that lead status for Sacramento with about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left on the game clock. Tots also out of the pack, both jammers re-engaging, and Quickie calls it off. Tots manages to put up 4 points to 3 points from Quickfire, bringing that to 40 points for Sacramento Roller Derby, 153 for MLC, and Creature and Maddie back up there on the line. Fun fact about Creature, she's forklift certified, so she can move you. Your mom's listening to me. And Creature out of the pack first. However, Maddie is right behind her. Both of these skaters very quick and very agile. However, with a little hit there, Maddie slides past Creature. Both jammers now engaged in that pack. A very close pack over there. Maddie goes to the inside, takes a hit, and I do believe we have an official review being called by MLC. And our officials have a microphone out there, so they'll tell us what the results of the official review are when they're ready. In the meantime, be sure to visit our vendor back here behind the benches. There's some beautiful tie-dye stuff over there. I'm looking at one of those tie-dye scarves. So pretty.
The white team was challenging the lack of a clockwise block, and after review, the no call will stand.
Thank you, Nacho. All right. That rolling whistle means we're going to get back to Derby here. We got Stoner on the line for Sacramento with Ambo for MLC. Right? Stoner out of the pack just ahead of Ambo. It is going to be a race around the track. Both of those jammers determined to get back in there. And Stoner goes for a jump there. However, Hurst takes Stoner down to the inside. Stoner puts 4 points on the board, 45-160 now with just under 3 minutes left in the first half of this very exciting game. And it looks like we do have a timeout being called. Is that an official timeout? Yes, it is. I have a shout out for Pain Jen, who's out there on the track right now. Pain Jen, you are crushing it. Are there any Pain Jen fans in the audience? How about on the track? Are there Pain Jen fans on the track? There you go. Aw, look at the love. Only in roller derby do you see opposing skaters hugging each other during timeouts. Really, I would kind of pay money to see like football players do that, but that's just me. I'm kind of weird. I'm sorting things out over here. I'm finding out interesting information. Chile says, I am working on completing my goal of visiting all Disneyland theme parks. So far, I'll be checking off Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea in April of this year. Can I just go in your suitcase? I'll figure out how to be small enough. Promise. Morgan Hill Bay Area.
I think so.
So I have a question on our Twitch stream coming to us. Looks like somebody wants to know, where's MLC from? And my information says Morgan Hill, California? All right, it looks like we are ready to get back out there. We got Chile and Tots on the line. And Tots finding that hole in the middle of the track this time. That center lane goes through the pack first. That penalty box now, that ACS penalty box now cleared out. We've got everybody back out on the track. 4 points on the board for Tots as Pain Generator taking the star pass, looking to get out now, has to get past Evada. And Tots does a little tiny pivot or a little tiny apex jump there to get through and put 4 more points on the board for a total of 8 in this jam so far. We have less than 2 minutes left on the period clock. And both jammers now going through on scoring laps. That puts 4 points on the board in this jam for Sacramento, 12 on the board so far in this jam for MLC. Tots re-engaging with the pack. They're getting knocked to the inside by Quickie and Chile as Payne Jen is up at the front of the pack trying to get through on another scoring pass. Jam is called off. 7 points on the board for Sacramento, 14 on the board in that last jam for Misery Loves Company. We have less than 2 minutes on the clock. And Maddie coming to the line. Hey, Maddie, I have a shout out for you. Kick butt, Maddie, AKA Baby Ice. Oh, wait, I said it wrong. Baby Ice. And Maddie doing just that, going around the outside lane there and quickly getting that lead status for MLC. And it looks like Creature is going to the penalty box, the ACS penalty box, for a cut. San Jose. The answer is MLC is from San Jose. I should know that by now. Look, I talk about a lot of teams. Sometimes my brain just doesn't rack it up. And Maddie on her second pass through that pack, putting 8 points up and quickly eating up that track to get back in there and put another 4 points on the board. Maddie absolutely taking advantage of that power jam. Getting all kinds of assistance there as Villain sweeps across and opens that outside lane. Taco tries to hold on to her there at the front, has to let her go. And Creature looking for an assist there. Adri holding on to her for a moment, just long enough to get some help from 2 other MLC blockers. Finally gets out there. Creature on her qualifying lap. 16 points, nope, 20 points on the board for MLC in that last jam. And we are at halftime, 52-194. MLC dominating the first half. I cannot wait to see what happens in the next half. Hey guys, if you're feeling hungry, we do have Jerk Street Tacos. And we will be doing an after party after the last game today at Cupros. Cupros is located at 1217 21st Street.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a highlight tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about books and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about books and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight.
I just want to take a moment and acknowledge our incredible official staff this weekend. Today. It's today. Nacho, I appreciate all that you do out there on the track for us. It's weird and awkward having this eye contact while I'm talking about you, isn't it? All of our officials, our non-skating officials dressed in all black, and our skating officials in their incredible zebra stripes. We appreciate all of you guys. Without officials, roller derby does not happen. So if you are out there and you can hear me, make some noise for our officials. Hey, I bet you can hear me better now, huh? The mic was like a foot away from my face. And I have a special shout out for Platinum Punch, who's out here today watching. Platinum, I see that you have pretty crutches, and it makes me sad, but I'm really glad to see you here. That's a shout out directly from Calamity, not from anybody else. And if you are here just to watch the adults, please consider staying next for the juniors bout because they are the future of the sport. Maddie and Creature now jamming. I have more fun facts somewhere. Oh, my fun facts left. This is what happens when Calamity's left to our own devices. There they are. Maddie pushing against the back of that track there after getting through on her back of the pack. After getting through on her qualifying lap, Maddie has now put 4 points on the board. We do have a MLC blocker sitting in that ACS penalty box. That does give Sacramento a slight advantage out there. They are going to hold on to Maddie while Creature gets out on her qualifying lap. Maddie calls it off with a delicate little hip tap there. You don't have to duck. I can see over you. I love when people go past me and they duck down. Look, unless you stand in front of me, I'm cool. But it's aimed at me.
I don't think they know that.
All right. Ambo and Stoner jamming. And that pack is getting really spread out there and the two turns, and it looks like Stoner is your lead jammer. 52-201 as we are in jam 2 of the second half of the first game of the day. That pack is wild over there. Looks like Quickie is headed to that ACS penalty box to take a little time out. She's not going to be alone, though. Oh, Stoner is serving a timeout now. So it is a power jam for Ambo. And it will be a full 2-minute jam because Stoner was our lead jammer. I keep wondering why I can't read my paperwork. Because I don't have my old lady glasses on. That was Pia in the penalty box for MLC. Pia's returned to the track. Ambo has managed to put 4 points on the board. It looks like those Sacramento blockers have done some strategy changes during the halftime. And Stoner returning to the track and putting 4 points on the board for Sacramento. Ambo getting an assist there from Shoddy. Stoner just in a whirlpool of MLC blockers. Stoner taking a moment before they get up off the floor, and the jam comes to a natural conclusion. Stoner putting 3 points up in that last pass. It looks like Ambo managed to put another 4 points, 7 points for Sacramento in the last jam, 8 points on the board for MLC in the last jam. 59-209 now. Ella and Tots, your jammers. Ella getting tangled up behind that wall of MLC blockers, getting an assist there from Freckles to break that up. Adri now holding on to Ella there at the back as Tots not only gets lead status but puts 4 points on the board very quickly there. Ella with a star stash now out of the pack as well. Tots puts 1 more point up on the board in that last pass and calls it off. 2:14:59. Chile and Maddie coming to the line. And Maddie out of the pack very quickly there. Maddie taking the lead status, now back on a scoring lap. Quickly puts 4 points on the board. Monsta headed to that ACS penalty box, and that does leave Sacramento with a bit of a disadvantage out there as they have one less blocker on the track. Dies taking that star pass. Dies Irae means day of wrath. It's a Latin hymn. Dies pulled that name from Making Christmas from Nightmare Before Christmas because Danny Elfman does a subtle nod to the chant. It's actually in a lot of movies. And Dies now with that star honor helmet, gets through the pack. Maddie putting 12 points on the board in that last jam. Nope, 16 points because there were 4 more points in that last pass. 2:30:59 now. Creature back on the line. And Juke on the line for MLC. I see Rolling Stoner out there doing some blocking this time. When Stoner was in middle school, they played chess competitively and were trained by a grandmaster. They still play chess for fun every day. Stoner says, challenge them or ask for a lesson. One of my friends says that roller derby is like full contact chess on skates. So I guess that explains why Stoner excels at it. Juke is your lead jammer. Juke in the pack now on a scoring pass, putting 4 points on the board and calling it off before Creature can get back around there. I see Crutch out there coming to the line to block. Crutch says, my DNA says I'm both native to California and had ancestors that came over on the Mayflower. Hey, Crutch, we might be related. I had ancestors on the Mayflower, too. And believe it or not, when you look at me, I actually have native. Not native. What is it? Rolling Stoner jamming for Sacramento. Tots back out there for Misery Loves Company. And Crutch headed to that ACS penalty box from the long, long way away at the apex between turns 1 and 2. Looks like Stoner got out of the pack first. However, Tots is right there with them. Stoner gets knocked to the outside there and calls it from the ground. Stoner did put 3 points up on the board to Tots 2 points, 2:36:62. Ella coming back to the line for Sacramento. That is, I believe that is Ambo back out there for MLC. Sacramento starting with a blocker in that ACS penalty box. And looks like Ella got knocked to the outside, recycled back there by Shoddy, giving Ambo, Ambo going to that ACS penalty box. Gonna serve a full minute for not exiting the track immediately. So it is going to be a minute-long power jam for Ella. That's going to give her a great opportunity to get that status and get out of the pack. I do not believe lead status was assessed before Ambo went to that penalty box. And the pack kind of coming to a stop there on the back straightaway as Ella is pushing and pushing against that wall. And it looks like Taco going up to give Ella a quick assist. Sacramento now playing that offense, trying to get Ella through the pack. Ella gets recycled back there. I believe it was Shoddy again that recycled her back. And looks like Taco's going to go sit in that ACS penalty box as Ambo returns to the pack quickly, making short work of that pack and out, not lead. So it will be a full 2-minute jam, as we did have a star pass to Dyes on Sacramento. Dyes again getting tangled up there with Shoddy and recycled back to the back of the packet as the jam comes to its natural conclusion. Ambo did manage to get around the pack and put 4 points on the board for MLC, bringing their total to 240. Sacramento still at 62 as we head into Jam 8 with just under 19 minutes left on the game clock. I see Ada out there. Ada's derby name is inspired by a mathematician and the first ever computer programmer, Ada Lovelace. She lost her fortune trying to predict horse races using math. Thanks to Hella Sketchy for reminding me of that fact. And Chile and Maddie both engaged in the pack there. Maddie being held at the back by those Sacramento blockers. And there goes Chile getting lead status for Sacramento. Oh, looks like Monsta is headed to that penalty box for a full minute. Maddie now out of the pack as well and re-engaging very quickly. Sacramento's blockers holding on to her and letting Chile fight at the front of the pack against those MLC blockers. That is 187. Boo and Pia holding on to Chile there at the front of the pack. Pia recycles Chile back to the back after knocking her to the inside. And Maddie gets low and fast with that star stash. Quickie tries to stop her, but Maddie just a little bit faster there. And the jam comes to its natural conclusion. 3 points on the board in that last jam for Sacramento. 4 points on the board for MLC. Creature jamming for Sacramento. Tots jamming for MLS. Nope. That is Tots jamming for MLC. Not Ambo like the board says, I believe. Yeah, definitely Tots with lead status for MLC. Tots puts 4 on the board. That pack coming to a standstill at the straightaway. It is a power jam for Tots at this time, as Creature is sitting in that ACS penalty box for a moment. Woo. Freckles getting pushed forward to try to take out Tots there by Monsta. Freckles didn't stop her. Sorry. And a little hop there past the Sacramento blockers on the inside line. Tots puts 12 points on the board. Ooh, Lord, that's a messy pack here at turn 4. And Creature comes through just in time for Tots to call it after putting up 16 points. MLC dominating the scoreboard today, 260-65 with 15 minutes left in the game. And we have a timeout being called by MLC. Since we are at a timeout, what a great time to talk about our sponsors. Urban Flex and Flow is a fitness, yoga, and wellness studio committed to community connection and accessibility. Their studio can be found at 6442 Fair Oaks Boulevard in Carmichael. We also want to thank Tor's Quad Shop. Tor's Quad Shop is owned and operated by that one rep. She's been a loyal supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby. If you make sure to visit her at 2309 K Street, Suite 101, inside the Boulevard Skate Shop. We also want to make a big shout out to Lowe's Chiropractic. They're on a mission to provide top quality chiropractic care at a fee that makes getting out of pain and maximizing your health affordable and accessible. Dr. Aaron Lowe is our league's exclusive chiropractor, and his office can be found at 5301 Madison Avenue in Sacramento. So it looks like we are returning to play here. I've got Stoner and Ambo on the line. All right, that whistle starts it. We've got all kinds of juking and jiving there on the track. Ambo finds that opening on the inside and gets lead status for MLC. Stoner now trying to make their way out, pushing hard against Slamela Anderson out there. And Slam has to let her go. And I believe that was Shoddy coming up to try to catch, Shoddy coming up to try to catch Stoner, and Stoner gets out just as it's called by Ambo after putting 4 points on the board. (65-64). Anaconda Squeeze coming to the line for Sacramento against Tots for MLC. I believe this is the first time I've seen Anaconda Squeeze out there jamming today. Anna says that her go-to song for karaoke is Sugar by System of a Down. Look, I talk for, well, kind of a living. And I couldn't do any System of a Down music, so that's actually pretty impressive. Adri on the line now for MLC up against Chile. Her out. This is Adri's first jam of the day, and Adri just opened up their own lane there in the middle of the pack and got out with lead status and a big old smile. There is nothing scarier than a smiling jammer, and it is going to be a power jam as Chile heads to that ACS penalty box to join Dies over there. Both our jammer and our pivot for Sacramento sitting in that penalty box. And it looks like Hurst is going to go over and join them. That is a busy penalty box at the moment. And even busier now. Ada joining everybody else over there. Adri putting 8 points on the board so far. And pack moving a little bit quicker here as it's coming around into turn 3. And from the ground, watching Chile return to the pack, Adri calls it off. 11 points on the board in that last jam for Adri as Sacramento's held at 65. We got a timeout being called by Sacramento. Remember, guys, Jerk Street Tacos is outside waiting to feed you. Got some Sacramento fans out there. It's quite a spread between those points there, but I love watching roller derby because no matter what happens, the skaters are out there having fun. They get vicious and mean when that whistle blows, just like that. Maddie is out of the pack, taking lead status. Creature still trying to get through, looks for that outside line, finds two MLC blockers there that take her to the outside as Maddie slides back through the pack and puts 4 points on the board for MLC. And oh, look at that. Taco is back in that ACS penalty box. I do believe that's only their second visit over there today, though. Maddie now through with another 4 points. 8 points total on the board so far in this jam. Creature still looking to get through on that initial pass and does so with a nice little star stash there. Maddie now through on her third lap through. Gets past Stoner with a nice little spin there and calls it off. And we got Stoner out there with Ambo again. And that is Stoner coming out of the pack just a hair ahead of Ambo. However, Ambo eats that space up and gets out in front of Stoner. Both jammers now engaged in the pack there at the apex between turns 1 and 2. And Ambo gets through first, puts 4 on the board. Stoner, not to be outdone, has put 4 up on the board as well. Both those jammers eating up that track as they come back around for a second pass through the pack. And that pack starting to speed up there, trying to hold on to those jammers. Both of them out again, 8 and 8 now. with about 1:21 left in this jam, if Stoner decides to let it go on that long. Stoner tries for the apex jump, goes down, puts that 4 points on the board, and we have 12 points on the board for MLC, 12 points on the board for Sacramento, 77 as for Sacramento as MLC crosses that third century mark at 3:03. We do have an official review being called. Remember to check out the, what's the word I'm looking for? The after party. Remember to check out the after party at Cupro's this evening after our second game. It's going to be located at 1217 21st Street. And it's your opportunity to hang out with these just incredible athletes and see who wins the after party. Not me. Hey, I have a shout out for Slice and Dice number 86. Hey, Slice, you are one badass grandma from Willow and Logan. It's okay, I'm a grandma too. I got grandkids. Hey, grandkid. It wasn't me, they pay me to say it. Well, not me. They paid somebody else for me to say it. I am so getting beat up in the parking lot after this. I love you. And you know what? Grandbabies are amazing, aren't they? I have a 3-year-old named Serafino. Her derby name is the cinnamon roll or the cinnamon roll. One more time. Wampin' Willow. Oh, is that Willow? Oh, y'all, special guest in the house, the Wampin' Willow. If y'all in the audience don't know, I've been doing this long enough that not only has my child grown up, but I am a grandmother, and it just makes my heart happy to see other families growing and thriving in roller derby. How lucky are we to watch this happen and evolve? I also have one of my derby children next to me. My derby nibbling. Looks like our officials are officialing over there. We'll have some feedback here in a moment as they decide what they're going to do. Thanks to our photographers out there too. There is nothing better than a good derby photo when you get home at night after, well, not after the game, because we like our photographers to rest too, but looking for those photos the next couple of days, scanning through to see how derpy your face was. Mine always looks like this. Face.
That was my face being like, damn.
You know, I think that we should do a derby face photo album somewhere. Like, show us your best derby face. Anybody out there new to roller derby? Are you really, or are you just messing with me? Awesome. Welcome to roller derby. It's going to change your life. Are you confused about what's happening on the track? Okay, so they go really fast, they turn left, and they hit each other. And those people that have stars on their helmets, those are called the jammers. They go through the pack once, and then when they come back around, they score a point for each opposing blocker that they pass legally. Any questions? All right. Seriously, welcome to roller derby. And if you have questions, find somebody and ask them, because they can answer your questions. I mean, I can too. I like to talk about it. Then especially during a long official review. There is the official review for those of you who are new. That means that one of the teams is questioning something that happened on the track during the last jam, and they're asking for something to be changed. It's usually either point tallies that they think they got more than they did, or a penalty that they feel like shouldn't have been assessed, or a penalty they feel should have been assessed. And for just a little bit of history, I can tell you that roller derby has been happening in this greater Sacramento area for over 20 years, with the exception of those couple of years that we don't talk about, you know, when we all ate a lot of pancakes. And what else can I tell you? When I started, there were 1, 2, 3 leagues. Oh, thank God somebody else is stirring energy up. It's a wave. Jump up and wave. A big shout out to Allison out there for trying to get everybody up and doing the wave. I'll wave. But I'm not standing up because it's really hard to get up and down off this tall stool. I am very short and I need to be able to see people. Because how else am I going to talk about roller derby? Ooh, I know. How about a bad dad joke? Anybody want to hear a bad dad joke?
I do.
I might have a handful of them. In honor of Dolly Farton sitting here next to me, I really did just grab one randomly. What do you call an apple that farts?
What?
Tutti frutti.
A real knee slapper there.
I'm sorry, I told you they were bad dad jokes. What do fish take to stay healthy? Vitamin C. I heard that. My mic is picking up just enough to be able to hear a little bit of what's happening out there, other than me. I want to go find out what's going on. I'm so curious.
Just giving you your phone. What's brown and sticky? A stick.
a special.
The white team was challenging the lack of a penalty on the blue jammer. After review, the no call will stand.
Thank you, Nacho. So for those of you out there who are wondering what that means is they wanted to send the blue jammer from the last jam to the penalty box. Our refs conferred and decided there was no penalty observed. That means that MLC will lose their official, well, they will not retain their official review for this half. And we are back at it with Ella and Tots out there. And I lost my glasses. Oh no, my glasses. Just call me Velma. Wow. Fun fact about Ella out there. In 2011, gas prices were insane, but she wanted to play roller derby so bad, she pawned her rings to get her first gear set up. That's dedication. I sell t-shirts so I can do roller derby. And Tots is your lead jammer. Tots, with a nice little hop there along the inside line, puts another 4 points up on the board for MLC. That is 16 points in this jam. Make that 20. And a very quick star pass to Quickfire, who gets out of the pack there. Ella trying to hold on to Tots. Tots sees that and calls it off. 24 points unanswered on the board for MLC in that last jam. All right, folks, we have about under 8 minutes left on the clock. I want you guys to know that roller derby skaters are like Disney pixies. The louder you cheer, the more energy they have. So I'm going to need you guys to make a lot of noise for the next few minutes. There we go. And Anaconda squeeze on the line for Sacramento. Gets recycled back, letting Ambo get out of the pack. Well, not letting Ambo get out of the pack, but giving Ambo the opportunity to get out of the pack and take that lead. However, Anna is out of the pack now. No, Conda is out of the pack now. And Ambo calls it off. Four points on the board for MLC. 7 minutes on the clock. We are headed into Jam 17. A little bit of love out there. Hugs from Stoner to Creature. At this point, those are sweaty hugs. Maddie on the line for MLC. We have MLC starting with a blocker in that ACS penalty box. I believe that's Shoddy over there, but I can't confirm from here. And Creature out of the pack first, as Monster and Stoner held on to Maddie with Quickfire there for just long enough for Creature to get out there, get around, and get back into the pack on a scoring pass. Creature using that agility to hop through and quickly get out to put 4 points on the board for Sacramento, bringing them up to 81 on the board currently. Another 4 points on the board for MLC, bringing them to 335. Creature back in that pack, moving around quickly, puts another 4 points up. Natty out now as well. That pack moving slowly around the apex between turns 3 and 4. Stoner racing up to deliver a hit to Hurst there and try to help Creature get out again. Now Stoner moving back to switch from offense to defense and help hold on to Maddie as the jam comes to an end. 10 and 10 on the board. Nice jamming on both teams in that last one. Nice blocking too. Whew. I talked a lot in that last jam. Chile on the line with Tots. Is it just me or do you want chili Tots now? Sorry. All right. That whistle starts at Tots. Jumping back and forth, sweeps on the outside around Freckles and Crutch there, who recycle back to try to give some offense to Chile. And the penalty box emptying out there, so we do have a full pack out on the track. Tots putting 4 on the board, looking back over her shoulder to see who is behind her and where they are. Looks like Freckles is going to report to that ACS penalty box. Whew, that was a crazy trip there. And Tots puts another 4 on the line for MLC, bringing them up to 8 points in this jam. Pia sitting down in that ACS penalty box right as the jam is called. So we will start down a blocker on each team. That is Conda out there for Sacramento with Ambo. Ooh, ow. Apparently I am determined to punch myself in the face today. Ambo out of the pack first, has that lead jammer position, and that pack spreading out back there, trying to help Conda get out. And Ambo comes back around very quickly, puts 4 points on the board. 357 for MLC. I used to live in a place where that was the beginning of my phone number. Why do I remember that now? And Freckles gets knocked to the inside, and I do believe there's going to be a cut issued there to Freckles. Yep. And we do have both jammers in the penalty box currently. Both jammers released very quickly because they sat down together. Oh, it looks like Ambo's going to serve an extra 30 seconds for... Oh, really? This is kind of crazy over there in the penalty box. Both jammers sitting and standing and sitting and standing. However, Ambo is back out there on the track and gets through very quickly to put 4 points on the board for MLC, bringing a total to 8 in this jam. And Freckles, serving the same amount of time that Ambo did, has also been released. That was a crazy penalty box there. I hope my penalty trackers are okay. Not my penalty trackers, my penalty timers. Ambo putting another 4 points on the board. We've got 13 seconds left in this jam. Freckles gets recycled back by Pia to the back of the pack there, almost to the pivot line, I believe. And that pack still moving slowly forward as the jam comes to its natural conclusion at 2 minutes. Ambo putting up 14 points in that last jam. Freckles putting 3 on the board. Sacramento at 90 points now. Misery Loves Company at 367. And Creature out there taking a nice bow before the crowd. Maddie on the line with her as well. Nice little high five. Some good sportsmanship happening. And Creature out of the pack now as well. Maddie getting out first, so she does have that lead status. Creature eating that track up, forcing Maddie to call it off after putting 4 on the board. We have less than a minute left in this game. Are they going to get lined up in time for one more jam? There you go. You know the chant. That's the word I'm looking for. Good Lord. You know, I'm a woman of a certain age. There are moments when I have brain fog, and words like chant go out of my head. That whistle starts it. We've got Stoner and Tots out there for what is most likely the last jam of the day. Tots looking to the outside and sliding with a nice hip twist around Quickie there at the front of the pack. Stoner's got to get past one more. Stoner now out of the pack as well. Both jammers now on scoring passes. Stoner goes for that apex jump. And the unofficial score, I gotta wait because there's still some points going up there. Unofficial score now, Sacramento Roller Derby 90 points. MLC 373, and that rolling whistle means it is time to get up there on the line and safely get your high fives. We're gonna have a few minutes here before we start the junior game. It's a great time to get out there and get some tacos from Jerk Street Tacos. Or as they say on the East Coast, tacos. Tacos. They also call them tortillas. Bunch of savages. I will be back for the juniors game. Have a great break, guys.
Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight. Fine night tonight. Fine day, people open windows, beneath their arms, just for the show.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight.
Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a highlight tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it she need a crutch? Is it she-ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine night tonight. Fine
Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine life tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine life tonight.
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a fine life tonight. Fine
Hello, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. This is Ben Schwartz from Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, California. And this is my buddy, Hot Pepper Pug, and the sleepy old girl, Captain Dylan Hunt. We are here to tell you how excited we are about Sacramento Roller Derby and about the fact that they are playing again. It is so exciting. We're looking forward to getting the Empire's Comics Vault teams back together so we can go down and enjoy it. And we wanted to offer all of you something special for being supporters of the Sacramento Roller Derby. As the longest local Sacramento supporter of Sacramento Roller Derby, we would like to give you 10% off your entire purchase. All you have to do is come down and tell me who your favorite skater is. Is it Kista? Is it Shanita Crutch? Is it She-Ra? You tell me, and take 10% off your entire order. Come down, play with the pugs. Let's talk about movies, let's talk about books, and just have a great time here at Empire's Comics Vault in Sacramento, California.
It's going to be a highlight tonight.
And I've got Heartbreak Havoc out there for Sacramento. And that whistle starts at Havoc. Wait, I've lost sight of Havoc. That makes sense.
She got it. She got through.
That's right. Havoc is out of the pack with lead
And
status.
Squeals on Wheels going to the box, making it a power jam for Sac.
ACS penalty box. ACS penalty box. ACS sponsors our penalty box, so we try to make sure they get acknowledgement for that.
Ah, see, I didn't know that.
It's okay. I'm teaching you.
Yay. I love learning, and so should we all.
Havoc has put 4 points on the board.
That's my kid.
Squeals on Wheels jamming in the penalty box, about to go back in. Heartbreak Havoc going and getting some more points on the board as Squeals on Wheels comes back in. Squeals on Wheels going their initial pass as Heartbreak Havoc is on their, I believe, second pass, maybe third. But getting 4 more. Squeals on Wheels following right behind.
All right. Havoc has put 12 points up there on the board for Sacramento. Make that 16.
Squeals on Wheels trying to push through 007 and gets through, getting 4 more points for Bay Area.
Nicely done. One thing I love about Junior Roller Derby, junior skaters absolutely categorically do not like to call the jam off.
I don't either, so I understand.
Well, you are a junior.
I know, that's what I'm saying, is that's, yeah. I don't like calling it off because I want it to last longer because I like jamming. It's fun.
Everybody wants to be out there skating as much as possible, and juniors have this incredible level of energy that is just stunning.
It's because we're young and we're feeding off the souls of the old.
Hey,
I'm
that is
kidding.
rude. And a little dark for Derby, I think.
The Miranda Lorian jamming for Bay Area once again.
And that is Noodle out there jamming for Sacramento.
Miranda Lorian getting their initial pass and following behind Noodle.
Noodle putting 4 points on the board and calling it off after getting the advice from their bench coach. 27 minutes left in this half. We're headed into Jam 3. The score is currently 243 Sacramento, 88 Bay Area. Bay Area really pulling it together at the end of that last half and figuring out, I mean, this is their first bout.
Randalorian went to the box and is now in the ACS box.
ACS penalty box, you got this.
I do got this, guys. Sorry, I'm really excited. Okay.
Danger Mouse out there jamming for Sacramento is the only jammer on the track. This is a power start for Sacramento, I believe. I don't know when the Mirandalorian.
The Mirandalorian. Mirandalorian standing up in the box, about to go back in.
Danger Mouse back out after getting through the pack, getting that lead status.
Mirandalorian passing and getting their initial pass, as Danger Mouse calls it.
Yep, Danger Mouse sees Mirandalorian about to hit the back of that pack and put points on and calls it off. Danger Mouse does have a very aggressive call off in the best possible way.
I know, I kind of love it.
So the thing is, Danger Mouse is wee but mighty. And I think the aggressive call off is because with all these big, tall skaters all the way around.
They need to get the attention.
Around, yeah. You got to get the refs to see your hands. Pong jamming now for Sacramento.
And Blaze of Fire jamming for Bay Area. Forgot words.
Blaze getting an assist there from Gnarly as Pong comes back in on a scoring pass. Woo.
Blaze's Fire still trying to get through.
Pong sliding through that pack like there's nobody there.
Yeah, Pong's just skating laps, and I'm like, what? They're so fast. I can't block them.
Yeah, Pong actually is very fast, but also very agile in the pack.
Blaze of Fire getting a cut?
Yes, there was a cut there.
Okay. Hey, I did that right.
You did that right.
Making
you
a
looking
power
at-
jam for Sac.
Were you looking at the jam ref?
I was.
That is exactly what you need to do. Perfect.
Yay.
Now we have to teach you all the hand signals. The most common hand signals you're going to see are the crossed arms
Which is a cut.
and the dual hands.
Back block?
Exactly. You might also see direction of play.
Well, yeah.
That just feels like the ref is fanning themselves.
I also know the forearm one, though. Because you're pointing at your forearm.
That's right. 20-point jam in that last one for Sacramento.
Barbarella now jamming for Bay Area.
Bay Area?
Bay Area.
Do you know that the Bay Area has a cheer that they do?
Really?
Yeah. You ready?
Sure.
I don't know if anybody out there will do it back, but it's Bay Area. Yeah, nobody does it back.
All right.
You have to get a lot of Bay Area people, and I just learned that recently.
Yeah.
And it looks like Noodle is our lead jammer in this jam. Our
And
lead jam-
Barbarella. And Barbarella getting out on their initial pass.
Is Barbarella doing some stretches there as she's skating? Is that what I saw?
I don't know. I love how clean core Barbarella is. She's so great. We love Barbella.
Absolutely. Holy cannoli. Nah, I just said holy cannoli because I don't say bad words on the mic.
Barbella getting through and getting 4 points on the board.
Nicely done. Noodle calling it off as they come out behind Barbarella. 12 points on the board for Sacramento. Well done, Noodle.
Quinn jamming for Bay Area Derby on our Jam 5 of our
Those
second
are
period.
beautiful. Danger Mouse out there jamming for Sacramento. Hey, you know Hella, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a fun fact about Hella.
Hella is currently doing Jesus Christ Superstar at their school, I believe. And I don't remember who they're playing because I have not seen that musical.
That is pretty cool. That is a fun fact.
Yes.
Danger Mouse through the pack puts 4 more points on the board for Sacramento.
And Gnarly Quinn following right behind with 4 more.
Sacramento now at 286, getting real close to that that third century mark. It's kind of the reverse of the first game we saw.
Yeah.
I guess the juniors decided they needed to show the women how this is done, right?
Yeah.
Sacramento's Beastie Bears, kind of a reverse of the first game. So
They said, hey, Sac adults, this is how we do it.
that's right.
The Miranda Lorian jamming for Bay Area Derby this jam.
Jerk street tacos are amazing. They're gorgeous.
And Claire jamming for Sacramento.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, just leave me one and I'll eat between jams. I promise.
Miranda Lorian giving a little shoulder check to Claire right off the line as they both get through. Miranda Lorian getting lead.
Nice job, Miranda Lorian. Claire, though, not going to let the Miranda Lorian. Good Lord, I could say it last
Getting
weekend.
right through the Miranda Lorian and getting 4 more points and lead.
She was already lead.
Who was our? Yeah, I know they were already lead.
They were already lead. Sorry.
I'm just very
I
proud of them.
apologize.
Miranda Lorian getting recycled back to the back of Sac.
Oh, nice little hop there. That was an apex hop, we're going to call it, for Claire.
Finding Miranda's friends and blasting through, getting 4 more points.
There
Not
you go.
more, 4. 4 more.
Claire slides through that pack, takes Sacramento over that 300 mark. 13 points so far in this jam. And make that 17 points.
Miranda Lorian going back in and finding their friends, calling it off. Scoring, I believe, 12 points for that jam, or was it 16?
11 is what I'm seeing.
Oh,
17 points on the board for Sacramento in that last jam by Claire. And look at that Bay Area crossing that century mark, getting 109 on the board. Way to go, Bad Seeds. Noodle back out there.
and Squeals on Wheels jamming. Squeals on Wheels getting lead and passing right through Sac.
Knuckles out there for Sacramento. Knuckles has a fun fact.
Ooh.
Knuckles has over 60 stuffed animals.
Oh, wow.
I want to know if they lay them on the bed and use them as like extra cushioning, because that's what I do with my, I'm a grown woman with a Squishmallow pillow.
I have Squishmallow Mountain.
I have an entire, okay, so my grandchild has an entire portable crib that is nothing but Squishmallows.
I would love to lay in that.
She likes to try to jump into it. It's terrifying.
The Miranda Lorian jamming for Bay Area once again.
And we have number 444 out there in blue. That is Trash Panda. Trash Panda out of that pack very quickly.
The Miranda Lorian
See,
following.
it's catching.
It is hard to say. Following behind, getting their initial pass.
Trash Panda now through on a scoring pass, has put 4 points on the board for Sacramento, and making quick work of that lap to get right back in there into the center of that pack.
Miranda Lorian still getting through Sac.
Trash puts 4 more points up on the board and calls it up Trash Panda. I don't know if they want to be Trash or Panda. I feel wrong calling a child trash.
Trash Panda. Do you like to be called Trash or Panda?
They won't hear you.
They won't. Never mind.
Our athletes are focused and intense.
They are determined. Barbarella jamming for Bay Area.
And we have Heartbreak Havoc out there for Sacramento.
Barbarella still pushing through with a little help from Gnarly.
Heartbreak Havoc now out there with the lead status and putting 4 on the board for Sacramento.
Barbarella getting recycled once again as Heartbreak Havoc is right beside her, also getting recycled. Barbarella gets out on their initial pass. And Heartbreak Havoc getting 4 points for Sac. Wolverine jamming for Bay Area, which is their first jam of. No, it's not. I don't remember. I don't know, but they are very good, and I love Wolverine. Noodle getting out for Sac and getting lead.
I'm gonna steal your mic for a minute.
Oh. Hi, I'm Calamity Wren. What's your name?
I'm Nikki.
Hi, Nikki. You're with Jerk Street Tacos?
Jerk Street Tacos.
Oh my God, I am sampling some right now. These are phenomenal.
Which one did you have?
I have no
you
idea.
Have steak.
Oh, the steak.
I have
It's
what
spicy.
ever Watts brought me. And I have like non-white girl taste buds, so I like spicy food. This is incredible.
Well, thank you so much. We're so happy to be here today.
We are blessed to have you here.
We'll be back sometime in April, yes.
Oh, well, I will be seeing you in April.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks
Nice
for
to
coming
meet
in,
you.
Nikki. It was nice to meet you.
I have my mic back. Squeals on Wheels jamming for Bay Area and Danger Mouse jamming for Sacramento. Squeals on Wheels gets through with the lead as Danger Mouse is still working on their initial pass. Squeals on Wheels coming up for their first scoring pass. Getting a recycle to the back. As Danger Mouse gets out on their first initial. Squeals on Wheels gets out, gets 4 points on the board, and calls it off.
Okay, I just found the best benefit of ever being an announcer, getting to interview the vendor and taste their tacos.
They're catos? They're cats?
No, not gatos, tacos. Look.
Dolly didn't have one. That's why.
Yeah, Dolly
They do
didn't
look
have one.
very good, though. Mom, you should go get me one. Oh. thank
There you go.
I got one. Okay.
Now you get to try it.
Yay!
And I'll talk about Derby. Not food. Trouble and Blaze of Fire are your jammers. Oh, man. Bay Area having some penalty issues as we see 2 blockers. That is Gnarly and the Mirandalorian in the penalty box. That is going to give Sacramento a huge advantage out there on the track with only 2 blockers to try to slow them down. Whew. That is a spicy.
Said Nancy McKinney are hard together.
I never do that, but it was just too fun to pass up. Oh, Treble sliding through that pack again, putting another 4 points up on the board for Sacramento. I wonder if Treble's a musician. Because the treble is a... Yeah. Bass? You're so odd.
That's the best taco I've ever had. Anyway, Blaze of Fire, jamming for Bay Area and almost getting through.
Is Blaze on their initial pass or a scoring pass?
I believe they're on their initial.
Oh, man.
Or... No. Yes,
Well, we'll
they
know
are.
right now. Nope,
Nope.
that was a scoring
There
pass.
was a scoring pass. They got 4. As Treble
Treble trying to...
is lead.
Treble is lead. Treble getting recycled back there by Bay Area's... Oh, wow. Jammers. Is it Treble's first game? Ah. Who are we getting fed information from?
Blaze of Fire coming back in and Jam called off. Or Jam finishes.
Definitely not. I was.
I'm not 100% sure what happened because I was busy eating a really delicious taco.
Looks like we have a timeout being requested, maybe?
The new one. So I had to go to Shark Bites, Heartbreak, Havoc, Knuckles, and
Squeals on Wheels jamming for Bay Area.
Percy Smaxon out there for Sacramento.
Percy Smaxon getting lead as Squeals on Wheels is pushing through,
No.
getting their initial pass.
No.
maybe she was cheating. And then changed it.
Squeals on Wheels gets 4 points on the board as they swish past. Swish, swash. I don't know. They move fastly past the sack wall.
I would go with swept. Swept pass.
That's the word I was looking for. Swept. I was swept away by those tacos. My bad.
Percy
Squeals on Wheels
Smaxon.
gets through.
Percy Smaxon right behind Squeals. Percy actually 1 lap ahead. So 12 points up on the board by Percy Smaxon. 8 points on the board for Squeals in this jam. We've got about a minute left in the jam. Percy could call it whenever he wants, but I have a feeling Percy's one of those juniors that just wants to skate till he drops.
Yes. As a very athletic young boy, I feel like he would want to go the full 2 minutes.
He called it, though. He called
He
it.
called it. He called it.
But not before putting 16 points on the board. He just wanted to get those last 4 points so that he would have more points. Oh, I'm sorry, 20 points on the board. He wanted to get those last. Never mind.
We get what you're trying to say.
It doesn't matter.
The Mirandalorian jamming for Bay Area. Yeah,
What do you think?
it was really good. Really good.
I
taco.
believe that Dolly's words on that taco from Jerk Street Tacos was, "This is the best taco I've ever had." I'm not in. Oh, the pickled onions. Danger Mouse jamming for Sacramento.
The Mirandalorian going to the box for.
Yep.
I did not see the call.
I'm looking at Nacho, and he did not show me the signal. That's okay. He doesn't have to. I'm not the one who needs to know it.
Exactly.
Danger Mouse is your lead jammer, and it is a power jam for Sacramento. Danger puts those 4 points on the board and makes short work of that track.
That was deadly good. So I think they're just changing it.
The Miranda coming in. The Mirandalorian coming to the pack hot. Using all their might to push through. As Danger Mouse gets another 4 points. getting 4 points and calling it off. Barbella jamming for Bay Area Derby. And Claire jamming for Sacramento. As a timeout is called from, yeah. Barbella blasting through and getting lead right off the bat. And Claire not falling too far behind on their initial. Claire getting through, getting... What sign that is, I don't know. I just kind of shoved it in my mouth because it was really good.
Hello, Sacramento roller derby fans.
Timberwolf jamming for Bay Area Derby. I don't know what that number is, so hold on.
Oh my God. Every time they show up and I'm just like, I have to eat this food. Oh. Nikki is something. Her husband's the top.
Maria jamming for Sac and getting lead, but Timberwolf getting out at the exact same time and following close behind.
Yes, that is Timberwolf. Oh, and there goes Maria. Huh?
Timberwolf
But
getting
it
out
did-
and getting
says
4
Maria.
points for Bay Area.
Okay, I'm told that that skater is actually named Dee Dee. Sorry, Dee Dee. They...
Getting 4 more points for Sac. Timberwolf still working their way through.
16 points on the board for Dee Dee now. Adira.
Timberwolf go into the
Oh, no, that is
ACS
Azira.
penalty box. Giving it a power jam for Sac.
That was on me for not catching it. Sorry about that, Adira. You are out there jamming for Sacramento and working your skates off. 28 points. That is the biggest jam we have seen today. I believe the next closest one was 26 in the previous game. 4:05 now for Sacramento on the board. They absolutely ate that 100 points up. 4:09, 32 points. Y'all, that is an amazing jam.
That was very good.
That one definitely deserves some cheers and noise. Look at the smile on Adira's face over here at the bench.
They should be so proud.
And they absolutely are.
Yay! Clap, clap, clap. Blaze of Fire for jamming for Bay Area. And Trash Panda jamming for Sac.
Trash Panda out of the pack with lead status for Sacramento with just under 2.5 or just over 2.5 minutes left in this game. No pack being called. Nobody can hit anybody until that pack gets back together.
Blaze of Fire getting through on their initial pass.
That is Trash Panda out there jamming for Sacramento. I know it's Trash Panda. 4:21 as Trash Panda puts 12 points on the board for Sacramento. Blaze of Fire now out, putting 4 points on the board for Bay Area. Sorry.
No, you're good. I've done that to you like 4 times. You're fine.
4 more points on the board for Trash Panda.
As Blaze of Fire is still working their way through that tight wall.
Somebody's going to the penalty box for a failure to reform. Oh, that is Blue 1-6. She-Wolf.
Blaze of Fire, keep going. And getting 4 points. The board was a little confused. There were a lot of whistles, a lot of things going on.
It's all right. Everybody's settled down now. Trash Panda getting tangled up there with, I believe that's Hella, Gnarly, and whoop.
That is Squeals, Hella, and Gnarly. Blaze of Fire blazing through before the jam is called off, putting 4 more points on the board for Bay.
45 seconds on that game clock. We might get one more jam in here. Y'all know what to do. There you go. We have an official timeout being called. So it looks like Noodles is going to that ACS penalty box for a failure to reform. I did hear that called right at the end of the jam, but I didn't see who it was called on. So Sacramento's going to start with 2 blockers in the ACS penalty box. Bay Area starting with 1 in the ACS penalty box. If we get this started. Why am I hearing myself? Pong jamming for Sacramento. Miranda Lorian.
The Miranda Lorian jamming for Bay Area. Right? It is a very good name. I love derby names that mash their own names into the derby names. I think it's so fun because then you get to be called both. You can make it like, I want to be called by my derby name, or like, oh, I just want to go by my name, make it easier. But I think they're so fun and people get so creative, and I love it.
I didn't pick my name. My husband named me. My mom always called me Ren as a child, and then when my husband realized that this was going to be part of my life, he, in the kindest, gentlest way, set his hand on my shoulder and lovingly said, "Oh, honey, you're Calamity." And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, God, you're right." And that has been my name for 20 years.
But I mean, at least the name holds up.
It
no
does.
offense, but it's not a fake name.
No,
Makes sense.
it is definitely who I am.
Flyover. Her dog.
Oh my gosh, there's a doggy. He's very cute.
Dog.
Wolf.
Yes, he is. My mom used to rescue and raise wolf hybrids.
I went to the Fresno Zoo on Friday and I saw an in the wild extinct type of wolf, and it was like the red-tailed wolf, and they were really cool.
They are very cool. Your kids are amazing, Watts. Did you drop her on her head? Is that what happened? All right, we are having an official timeout. They're having a little discussion out there. We do have 31 seconds left on the game clock, so that is stopped during the official timeout. So we will get, what is it? One more jam. You know, these long timeouts are a perfect time for a dance party out there on the track.
Exactly. So hit the Macarena. Ooh,
That is
yes.
it, Miranda Lorian. We saw that. We love you and appreciate it. Entertain your announcers.
Yes.
There goes Barry.
Yeah, Barry. I don't even know what song they're dancing to.
I don't know either. I don't.
It's right underneath.
I was like, I don't know. I lost my
I'm
phone.
so tired. I can't like hear anything except the track anymore. I'm just kind of fading away.
I don't know who that is.
Anyway,
Oh, I know who that is.
Pong jamming for Sac and the Miranda Lorian
Who's
jamming
here?
for Bay. As we are still waiting for this official timeout, for which I, for some reason, thought was over.
It's getting close to being over, I'm sure. Barry's arms have to be getting tired out there.
It's about reps.
We had a timeout. Where was I? It was
Tell Barry, shake it off and then repeat.
shake it off and repeat, Barry. Shake it off and repeat. That's from Watts. I don't really know what it means. I just do what she tells me to. Thank you to our track maintenance team today, too. We appreciate you guys getting out there, making sure that those ropes stayed down.
Clap, 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 clap.
You are absolutely an essential part of roller derby. Hey, I see refs back in place. That means the timeout is over. It is time for one more jam. Pong on the line. In the crowd, I'm going to need you to make noise for these skaters. So much noise. Holy moly, Pong is fast.
The Miranda Lorian pushing through.
Pong has that lead. Little hop and a skip there.
So she wolf went and got released from the penalty box.
Falling, but getting it back up just shows how strong the Miranda Lorian actually is.
She wanted to take a break. She-Wolf trying to return to her bench there for a moment after being released from the penalty box. It's been a long game. She-Wolf has worked hard out there every time they've been on the track. Yep, Claire sitting in that ACS penalty box. Pong has put 12 points on the board in less than a minute. We got 1 minute to go.
The Miranda Lorian getting out and having 4 more points on the board for Bay, as this is her first initial scoring pass.
I'm telling you, there's a slippery spot over there. I have seen at least 5 different skaters go down in that exact same spot. At least that's what I'm saying.
Miranda Lorian getting 4 more points right behind, or right in front of Pong.
20 points now on the board for Sacramento by Pong in this last jam with 35 seconds left on the Jam clock, 24 points. I believe Pong has taken the challenge and wants to put it up to 500 if she can.
I was gonna say one more. Jack is telling her to call it off, and she's saying,
Long expresses she has time for one more round. Then she calls it off.
"Oh, was that me? Was that
And we have the unofficial score of Sacramento Roller Derby with 460 points to Bay Area Derby with 173. Both of these teams did so amazing today, and we are so grateful for both the teams that have come and the NSOs and the officials and all of them, because without them, again, we wouldn't have Derby. We love you, refs.
Yep.